Hello and welcome to Play Talk Repeat. I'm Oliver and I'm joined by Niall, Alex, and Lewis.
Hello.
Hello.
It's time for our video game book club episode. Once a month, one of us chooses the game for the group to play and review, and this month the game is Brothers, A Tale of Two Sons, as chosen by Lewis. Lewis?
Wes?
Yeah.
Hello.
Why'd you choose the game?
I had just heard for a long time that it was very good. I'd heard lots of good things about the story and just how mechanically it uses both analog sticks on the controller. So because of that, I'd just heard that it was just a game that you must play. So when it came around to actually choosing something, I just thought it'd be a good idea, especially since it's also really short.
It is very short. So, a little bit about the game. It was developed by Starbreeze Studio and published by 505 Games. It was originally released in August 2013 on the Xbox 360 before being ported to other consoles shortly after. An interesting fact, this is Joseph Fair's first game director credit. Joseph obviously being of Split Fiction and It Takes Two fame. So, opening statements, please, fellas.
Is that the new jingle?
Yeah.
We
need an opening statements jingle.
Yeah, do we have one?
No, we don't.
No.
Oh, wait, I do not have my notes available. That's fine. I can remember.
That's not a good jingle at all.
It isn't. I didn't realize you're asking for one. So, Brothers, a tale of two sons.
Yep.
First of all, difficult to find on Steam. That's the first negative, because if you put a colon and not a dash, then you will not find it, which I think is a bit silly.
So when you spell the game incorrectly, then you can't find the game. Is what you're saying?
That seems like a you problem.
No, it's not. It's a you problem.
Just type Brothers, and then you'll be able to find it, I reckon.
Maybe. But yeah, right, I've got my score. So I'll go straight with my score. 8 out of 10.
Ooh.
Yes, I thought this game was very, very good. It felt very much like I was playing a short version of an It Takes Two or a Split Fiction game. For the puzzles, the mechanics, the way the levels played out, the way the story was presented was very similar. We'll go into it in more detail later, but the only two criticisms I have with the game is that I felt like they could have done a lot more with the story, and I felt like I was still struggling with the controls by the end of it. Like the worst thing was that if one of the brothers just swapped sides of the screen, then my brain couldn't handle it. Yeah, it couldn't handle it. But yeah, 8 out of 10.
8 out of 10, cool. Lewis.
So I gave Brothers a 4 out of 10.
Wow.
I think the game was mad boring. I don't think the story is anything particularly great, especially due to them being completely silent protagonists. I don't think games need to have voice acting or voices to be good or tell a narrative. I just don't think the way that this game does it is particularly interesting, because I don't think it does enough to get you invested in the characters or care really about the journey. And the puzzles themselves were just very lacking and just a bit boring. So as a result of that, it was just sort of a game where you walk forward and occasionally hold LT and RT to jump up a ledge or push something. And because of that, I just found the game really tedious and really boring. So yeah, I gave it a 4.
Cool. I'm going to go next because my thoughts are very, very similar to Lewis's. What's going on with the top of my headphones? There we go. My thoughts are very, very similar to Lewis's. So the game's a bit of a downer. The game is a bit of a massive downer. It's got a bit of a vibe about it that we'll go into more detail on later. But I didn't come out of this game feeling like I'd experienced anything at all.
Yeah.
If I didn't have my notes, I would have forgotten what the game was about for sure. It has some good ideas, but none of them are implemented particularly well. It's a 5 out of 10 for me, fellas. Alex.
Valid.
Will Alex change it all? Will it be an Alex or will it be
It's got to be a 10 out of 10, Alex.
Oh my god. Maybe if you add our scores together, Oliver, because I gave it a 5 out of 10.
5 out of 10, yeah.
It just felt like I was playing an A Way Out like dev kit, and controlling both of them, like in theory it should work, but execution doesn't really work, because like obviously you get confused with the brothers. Like obviously if the left one is on the right side of the screen, then your brain just doesn't work half the time. You're just like, wait, what am I doing? It was just very boring as well. Like it just wasn't very appealing. The story wasn't didn't grab me like it did for people many years ago, because that's what people always said about this game. There was like, oh my god, the story in this game is amazing, and it was just meh.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll touch on more stuff later, I guess.
5 out of 10.
Yeah, we might.
What's the average?
Let's have a look.
9 will give it an 8 out of 10. So high. What is it? IGN, am I right?
So
Yeah.
true.
On the IGN scale.
It seems like the scale's
5.5.
flipped recently.
5.5. Okay.
I'm usually the low baller, but it seems like I'm the high baller at the moment.
Yeah, I think for the last 3 we've done, I've given them low scores, I think.
Yeah, like if I think back, so
Yeah.
it was starting with Beginner's Guide, and then it was what was after that monkey game? What was it called?
No, it was Cuphead.
Enslaved.
Enslaved.
Oh, Cuphead, yeah.
Cuphead, Enslaved, and then the Devil May Cry. This I think I gave like between 7 and 8 on all of them.
Damn,
I'm just
people
loving
People
VGPC
love
at the
them.
moment.
So let's get into the nitty gritty here. So I want to talk about the story first of all. So the story is really weird. So the mother's dead. The mother dies before the game starts, drowning in the calmest sea I've ever seen. By the way,
Yeah.
I don't know how she died there, because she could have just climbed into the boat. There was no, unless she might have had no legs for all we know. She should have just been there.
Maybe.
Yeah.
It's either that or
Lieutenant Dan.
she had like
Lieutenant
bricks
Dan.
strapped to her legs and she just got to just sink.
Yeah, maybe it was
Great.
like a mob hit. We just didn't see the bit before it. So and then the father gets ill, unexplained. So the kids go off to some magical tree to find the cure. I've picked that up right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, cool. So the world is trying to be both fairy tale fantastical and weirdly grim at the same time. Like, for example, halfway through the game, you're walking through like this fairy tale forest thing, and you see a guy hang himself, unexplained. Why did the guy hang himself?
Did you not save him?
I didn't understand what was happening at the time. I was like, why is this dude hanging? Because it's so out of left field. By the time I'd actually like figured it out, it was already dead. Yeah, and the game comes to a head at the end of the game. But we are going to spoil this game. It is old, so I'm not really too asked. The game, the story being so messy comes to a head when one of the brothers dies at the end of the game in pursuit of the father's cure. What message? All this adds up to what message? What message is this game sending? Because all of Joseph Fair's games have a message. What is the message here?
Don't go on a journey to save your dad, otherwise you might die. That's what I got.
For me,
sorry, no, you go. It's fine.
Yeah, for me, what I took from it was like almost exactly what Oliver said, but from a different, more positively, is that this is kind of like the fantasy world, but it's not we're not watching the title characters. We're watching people who just live in this world,
Right.
like a fantasy world filled with giants and like goblins and like wizards and scientists. Like it's going to be full of peril, especially when there's all of these advancements in certain ways and like sort of like the difference in how people live, but like there's no medicine to support that, really, no infrastructure to support life in any way, like ours. So that's what I took from it. Like, yeah, it's a fantasy world, but you're just seeing past what you usually see on the camera in films.
Did anyone pick up on why the guy hung himself?
Probably just dealing with shit,
Yeah, I don't-
why people hang themselves
we
anyway.
need the fucking context now. You can't just kill. You can't just have someone hang
that's the
themselves.
thing. Like, it feels like it's unapologetic. Like you're just following these two people. So you witness something happen. It's like, do you even deserve the context? Like it feels a lot less curated purposefully. That feels like that's what the message is.
Right. Okay. Well, sorry, Lewis, go on. You've been trying to speak for a while now.
Yeah, I don't remember what I was going to say originally. The point at the end about him dying, about hanging himself, was I mean, there was no way it was ever really going to explain what happened to him. We just sort of saw a guy trying to hang himself for whatever reason. I guess you can make up your own reasons to why he was doing it. I mean, the places they were walking around seemed kind of grim and gross. So I mean, I don't think he's shocked that someone was trying to off themselves, I guess.
Oh, but the tone was all over the fucking place. Like the whole the troll thing. Obviously, the troll, like when you're saving the trolls are enslaved, and you reunite the man troll or the woman troll. as like husband and wife, and that seemed like a really happy-go-lucky like experience. And you go from that to some dude hanging himself. It just there doesn't seem to be a consistent tone.
No.
I do feel like a lot of it, though, not trying to give them too much credit, is probably just shock value. It feels like games from that era was all about, okay, we've set the tone, let's now throw something into the mix so it becomes like part of the conversation. And that's probably what they did with this.
Fair. Yeah, I don't know. It was like the story was the biggest downside for me. Like, I just didn't enjoy it.
Well, it was mainly the story and the controls. Controls weren't great either.
Well, there weren't much more to the game.
Sticks was so confusing.
But yeah, for me, the story. Just one more thing on the story. There were two big downsides for me. Well, it was hinted that the little brother blamed himself for the mother dying. Like that's pretty much heavily implied in different places. It doesn't, and we do get a payoff for him being scared of water because then he does eventually swim, which I was like getting close to the end of the game thinking, are they actually going to do anything with this? But they don't really tackle that, and like they plant the seed that the little brother thinks that the big brother blames him as well because they have that dream sequence where I can't remember exactly, but the big brother was upset with him or something
the mum was there, and then the big brother Homer Simpson, why you littled him because I don't know, he just felt like it, and he just jumped on his neck and started strangling him.
Yeah, but that was never like fully realized with an interaction between them at the end, which I was expecting to happen, have some sort of growth. And yeah, so that was my main reason why I didn't really like the brother dying when he did. I thought like, it makes sense. Like it's like it felt unjust. It felt like the son should not die to save the father.
No,
like that shouldn't happen. And I thought that was good. But it felt like there should have been some sort of rounding out of that arc between the brothers before that happened.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, but onto the controls. Yeah, so like you've already mentioned how it is heavily dependent on which side of the screen the brother's on, whether your brain's going to put it together because it is crossing the hemispheres of your brain. Your left side of your body wants to do the left thing. Your right side of your body wants to do the right thing. Yeah, I found the twin stick controls are inventive in the way that it's something a bit new, something a bit different. But the puzzles that it's used for, there's no light bulb genius moment. You know what I mean? There's no eureka moment. They're very simple. They're very, very simple, and even if they're not simple, they're just clunky. Everything feels clunky. So, yeah, nah.
I don't know. I thought it was pretty smooth. Like that's every puzzle. It felt like you were doing stuff in slightly different ways, slightly different orders. There were a couple of puzzles, like for example, I didn't know what to do for a while with getting the bird out of the cage. Like I didn't realize that the big brother had to pull on the little brother to like increase the weight of that.
Yeah.
But
that was straight away. Like a lot of it for me was literally just this is a Mario Party mini game, and a lot of it is taken. It's like he watched like a long play of Mario Party 6, and he was like, "Oh, I could say this mini game from this and this." Because
it's the same with the pipe too, right?
Yeah, but I feel like they do a lot more with It Takes Two because I just feel like this is just here's a quick. The two brothers are holding the pipe. Done. Here's the two brothers just pushing something. Here's one of them holding onto a chain for like 4 seconds.
Yeah,
I think a lot of though is polished because that's the thing. Like I remember we all like lost our minds at how good the sequence where like you're playing as like two, like the fluffy long-armed guy from Monsters University, and you're playing as like two of those, and you're linked up and you're like swinging each other around things. That happens in this game, but I remember we haven't given it the same fanfare that we did for Split Fiction.
It felt, but I know which part you're talking about, and that does feel. The thing is, I gave this 5 out of 10. It's not a terrible game. We just mostly talking about the negatives. That bit did feel good, but it doesn't. Obviously, it's not going to feel as good as Split Fiction or Split. It was because it's older.
Yeah, and I haven't necessarily got an issue with that. I think the gameplay in itself, I think it controls fine. I wouldn't even say it controls bad. Like what it does, I think it does fine and well. I just don't overly think what it's trying to do. I think the gameplay kind of complements the story in that the story is about a struggle going on this journey and getting there. So the confusing controls when like you go to the opposite sides of the screen, and maybe some people find it jank in the first place, I think adds to that struggle. But I don't think the story really complements the gameplay in that the scenarios it puts you in aren't really taking advantage of the fact that you're doing this weird twin stick puzzle type game. I don't think any of the situations it puts you in, or at least 80 to 90% of them, really complement or utilize the double twin stick style of gameplay.
Yeah,
I just don't think it really does anything with it. Because like I said, a lot of the time it is just walking places, or it's climbing a wall, and half the time it feels like the places you're going to have no correlation with each other.
No.
Because at one point you're in a forest, what you start off in a regular town, and then obviously you carry on and you meet a giant, but everything's still to scale, or not a giant, but an ogre or some whatever it is,
Yeah.
but everything's still to scale of how it should be, and then you end up in like a forest, and that's all fine and dandy, that's good. And then all of a sudden you're in a place full of giants.
Yeah.
But like I'm talking like giants, and it doesn't feel like anything has changed from where you were like previously 5 minutes ago. So now you've just sort of accepted that there's giants about, but then you start thinking about it, and you're like, well, if are giants, where they're standing doesn't make any sense anymore, because now you're scaled to the same size as your surroundings, but now these giants are bigger than the surroundings. But it's also implying that they stand around and battle on these surroundings, and they're all laying dead and stuff. But it doesn't, nothing makes sense. And then it goes back to normal, and then the story just, I don't know, it doesn't really feel cohesive in where you are, and the land it puts you in. It's fine to have a magical land or a magical world where there's a bunch of different areas and there's a bunch of different places that feel unique and different. But with the way the story was being told, it went from feeling kind of really grounded to then too fantastical,
Yeah.
to then only kind of fantastical. And I don't think it does that merge very well, or I don't think it does those changes very well. Whenever the setting does drastically change, which I
Yeah.
think just makes the story feel really weird.
The environments merge into each other too well.
Yeah,
It should be more
it just
distinct.
it was just odd, and I feel like that added to my lack of interest in the story, because I never really, in my head, got a sense of like where my head is at with the game. In my head, I was like, is this a fantasy game? Is this a grounded game? Is this set in normal reality? Is this magical? Are there beings with powers? Lady turns into a spider at the end, so it's like, well, I guess they're like, I don't. It was too weird and nonsensical for me, where I don't think I could invest myself properly in it. I'm fine with fantasy. I'm fine without fantasy. And if a story is being told in a certain way where maybe it changes halfway through, or stuff is implemented and it's done in a way that makes sense to me, it's fine. But I think with it being so drastic constantly, I just couldn't get into the story, because I stopped being able to take it seriously, because I didn't quite understand the, I guess, scale of how things were, and I didn't know what people could and couldn't do. Because by the end of it, obviously, we're getting magic potion. You were getting a magic potion for your dad, and at the start of that, I didn't realize that's what the point of the game was. I thought maybe we were looking for help from someone, or we were going to get a herb or something, but we were literally going to a magic tree.
Mm-hmm.
And the way the game started off with the mum dying in such like a, I guess, sad and serious way, it just, I don't know, it was weird. I just couldn't vibe with it because of that. I think it was just odd.
Legit. I'm just watching this footage here, and it looks like Alex did not solve racial inequality with the rabbits.
What does that mean?
Oh,
I
that's
don't
it.
remember that
I
bit.
saw that big group of rabbits, and I just left them.
No one else did it. Yeah, so the pink rabbit was being like avoided and bullied by the black rabbits. So you have to put the pink rabbits in the fire, in the soot, to make it look black, and then all the rabbits like it again.
Oh,
Oh,
I
that's nice.
I think I went over there and I was like, this doesn't look like the right way to go, and then I went the other way.
Yeah, I just watched that exact bit. It was a really, I got an achievement for it. It was just a really weird, like, just thing that they put in. It was just strange. Again, what's the message there? You know what I mean? Why does cover a rabbit and soot make it all right? Strange. Cool. Anything else for any more?
I want to talk about the spider boss fight. I
Please
thought
do.
that was quite good. It really reminded me of Crash Bandicoot Wrath of Cortex, where you're in the ball. Anyone played? Yeah. That's what that reminded me of, and that I actually quite enjoyed that boss fight, because it felt like I was actually doing something very different in the game, where I was using one of the brothers to hit the spider, and the other brother was pulling the legs off, and then over time you could see that it was actually affecting the boss, because obviously it was losing its legs and it was going so much slower. But no, I thought that was actually quite good, and it felt like an actual like fun part of the game.
Like you said, there were these little flashes of brilliance. There was something there. and I think you can see where Joseph had the influence in the game for sure.
I think
Yeah.
there's room for someone to make a game with the same control scheme,
Yes.
but in a better way.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
sure.
Because there's loads of little bits like that.
I do regret us saying, but I don't remember the last episode I said let's not play it co-op. I do regret that now for sure. I don't understand why people say that it would have ruined.
Yeah, it's very confusing because obviously it doesn't really affect it.
It doesn't. It doesn't
that much.
I really don't think it would change the experience that much, co-op or single player. I really don't think having that slightly added frustration of controlling two characters at once changes anything over someone else just controlling them. I just don't think it would matter. Everyone always said that it's so important, and the control scheme is what makes the game, and the control scheme is what makes the game so unique and like incredible to play. But I really think my experience would be the same either way. I don't think it would change.
Yeah, it really annoyed me because I played this with Bro Night, so I had a guy sitting next to me the entire time that I could have co-op this with, and I didn't.
We could have just shared the controller.
Yeah.
Hold out the controller.
To be fair, the guy who do Bro Nights with me, he said that multiple times. Like we should sit there holding one half the controllers. I don't want to sit that close to you.
Yeah, I mean, I guess the only reason they say that is because it's that game. It's that game with that weird control scheme.
Yeah,
So,
it was the way it was
you wouldn't be
designed in the
playing
first.
that.
The way it was designed in the first place, but then they remade it and they said made it so you could do co-op. So they went back on that.
Yeah. I found my notes for Brothers, by the way. It was my one note was desynced, so it didn't show, and so I started freaking out. I thought I maybe left a review on How to Beat, but I didn't. It was just here.
Okay.
So there you go.
All right. Should we move on to 20 questions for us?
Yes. Have you got the jingle ready?
I've not got it. It's on a different thing.
It's time for 20 questions.
It's not that loud for me.
Cool. So it's time for 20 questions. I believe it is Alex's game.
Yes.
Yeah. So just to remind everyone, the last game that Alex picked was Ghost Trick Phantom Detective, which some people said was the worst game that was ever on Video Game Book Club.
God, I don't know why people would say that.
It was close to.
So it can only go up from here. So who would like to start the questions?
We could ask whether it's good this time.
We could, yeah, but
he didn't know.
He doesn't know.
It didn't know. That's scary. Right. Right. We'll guess who it. Well, Winnie the Pooh it. Is it a female main character?
It is.
Okay. Right. We've got 4 games to
Right,
pick
we know
from.
it's not Quantum Break then. We know that.
Sure,
That's guaranteed.
Someone's gonna think though. Wait, is it Quantum Break in like 10 questions? It'll probably be Alex.
It's normally me.
All right. So it's a female main character. All right.
Yes.
I'll ask the next question. If that's okay.
That's fine.
All right. As you guys ask me, my usual Alex question: is it a Japanese developer?
No, I don't think so.
Interesting.
I can't think of any
No, it's
Japanese games with a female main character apart from Bayonetta, I suppose. It's Japanese, isn't it?
Was
Platinum,
it
Platinum Games, isn't it?
Yeah, Platinum Games. When it was released, was it released between 2010 and 2020?
Yes.
The year question, which never helps.
It does help. That definitely helps.
We know roughly the generation now.
We don't have to sit there. Yeah, we don't have to sit there going, is it on PS2? Is it on PS3?
Right, so yeah, we got the first Horizon game. We've got Tomb Raider Remastered Collection.
It definitely will not be that.
Yeah, it won't be.
He would not do that to us. Have you played those games?
No, but that's what I mean. Alex would do that to us.
No,
they control like shit. It is awful tank control.
2010
Horizon because it's like 30 hours long.
Yeah,
So.
Yeah, 2010 to 2020. So it's not going to be like an old niche platformer that Alex played in the N64.
No, yeah, it's not
that.
like an old. It's not like an old head game.
Yeah. Is it a platformer?
It is a platformer.
We haven't had one in
a
bit,
platformer with a female protagonist. This should be easy, surely.
You think?
Yeah.
Imagine if
it's not gonna be a Hat in Time, is it?
I hope not. I've tried playing that like 3 times and bounced off every time.
I played it. I don't like it.
I don't see why it couldn't be. That was like 2017 or 2016.
Yeah, it was 2017, the same year as Odyssey.
Yeah. Would you also consider this to be a collectathon?
Yes.
If it's Hat in Time.
I'm gonna kill myself. I'm gonna kill myself in
Yeah.
this. So.
Would this character, do you think, based on how they look, legally be able to drive a car?
Oh no.
So it's a small childlike character, most like with
Wait.
Hat in Time.
There could be others though.
Right,
no,
right,
it won't be Albert. All of us played it recently, and I'm pretty sure that came out late.
It's not a platformer either.
Not a platformer. We gotta hold out hope.
You
it's not that.
can just burn the question. Ask.
No, should we? No.
I mean, we could, but it does destroy 20 questions very early. If
It'll be a short episode. Well, we can't just ask 10 questions about Hat in Time leading up to it. Let's just let's rule it out, and then we can move on.
Okay. Is it a Hat in Time?
It's a Hat in Time. Remember, Oliver picked this because I said to Oliver 1 or 2, and he picked number 1. So,
right, okay, so we're playing Hat in Time. That's cool.
it's a short game. It's like 7 hours.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
I think I played it for like 12 hours total.
Yeah, I know you have. And I scoured the chats to see, and I checked how long to beat, and you hadn't beat it, and I was very confused.
None of us have beat
And I
it.
looked at your achievements, and you got them in like 2017, in 2019, in 2024.
Yeah.
And I was like, Niall's going to beat this game. I'm going to force him to beat it. I played it like 7 years ago, and I don't remember anything about it. And I remember enjoying it. So,
Okay, that's fine.
let's get hyped.
That's fine. I can't, Alex. I'm sorry. I really can't. I'd love to say that.
You picked it. You picked it.
No, I did not.
I said 1 or 2.
I'd love to know what 2 was. Probably Quantum Break.
You would have preferred to be honest.
It's got to be. It's got to be better than Ghost Trip because at least in this game you do something. So that's good.
That is true.
And I think it might even be better than Brothers. I'm gonna try and be cautiously optimistic because if I don't, then I'll be very sad.
You only played it for like 60 minutes.
I last played it in 2019 for 100 minutes.
Yeah. So you've picked a game that we've all played and failed to complete.
Yeah. You're gonna finish it.
We're gonna have to.
That's the whole point.
We're gonna have
to finish the game.
Right. Cool. Right. That's when's that coming out, Alex?
End of August.
End of August. Brilliant. Is it end of August? Oh yeah, no, it will be. Yeah, of course it will be.
Yeah.
No, because we're in August right now.
Because we're in July right now.
Yeah, we're in July right now. Yeah. Cool. I don't know why I ask this question every time because it dates the video every single time. But I'm always curious to know. Right. Cool. You okay now?
No, I'm not. Because I remember what level I'm on, and it was atrocious. That's why I stopped playing it. Because of the particular level you have to do.
Right, cool. So that was the fastest 20 questions we've ever done as well, for sure. It must be. It must be. Right, cool. Thank you very much for watching. We shall see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.